The key question really is if the same people that stopped you in the street to harass you about Viacom doing badly, do they now stop you and pat you on the back because it is up an astonishing 500% over 12 months?
Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. They do give us credit for this. This is interesting in that there are a lot of people that were very negative on ViacomCBS. People were worried that digital direct TV there was a lot of cord cutting going on, and that people thought that was really going to hurt CBS. Obviously, the sporting events all got closed. There was no Masters. There was a lot of pessimism out there, and that's something that we really believe in, is seeing pessimism, seeing a big short position as a positive. Because if something good happens, you can get this kind of reaction, which you can't get if everybody loves the stock. So I will admit, we did not think it was going to go from 10 to 90, but we were optimistic that people were being way too negative.
But you've reduced the position, though, now, a little bit?
Yes, I have. And I'm sort of like Bruce Willis in Die Hard 2, where he's waving off the incoming flights. I got to wave people off here. If you own it, it's okay to own it, but I can't tell you to come in at these levels. This is now trading with a lot of optimism, frankly, and I think it's still being helped by that short position. So we still own it, but we have reduced our position.
All right. Well, the S&P more broadly, Mike, it's flat going into the final 10 minutes of trade here right now. But if you look at what's outperforming, it's industrials, but it's also utilities and real estate. And we've got Treasury yields on the rise again. What's going on?
Yeah, it's tough to necessarily say if those two things are integrally linked at this point. It's funny because we focused on every single tick of the 10-year yield. I think if you have to broaden it out and say we're really talking about going from 1.5 to the low 1.6s, and so it doesn't necessarily upend absolutely everything. And those groups that you mentioned right there are probably just getting the help from being laggards and very under-owned right now. In fact, B of A had some work that said that the proportion of the S&P that's in a combination of utilities and staples is basically at a record low. So who knows what the mean reversion is saying. But in general, it's a cyclical day. It's a day when people are taking heart in the fact that the economy, all the indicators are at least coming in incrementally slightly better than expected or happening sooner than anticipated. The good stuff.
Yeah, Charlie, I want to get your thoughts. I'm just reading your notes here. You say you need to stop talking about the stock market. Why? It is the stock market. Are we saying that the rotation means that there's very big differentials in terms of where the opportunities lie right now?
Yeah, you hear people say, is the stock market overpriced? We heard that a lot last year, and the fact was there were certain parts of the stock market, large cap growth being especially overpriced, that were. But small cap value was very cheap, and the two have not performed in line this year. This year, small cap value is crushing the S&P and crushing large cap growth. So you really do have to talk about specific parts of the market and not paint with too broad a brush.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.